Welcome to the Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. Waiver Wire. What up? Welcome to the Waiver Wire, where fantasy players become fantasy legends. We are here. It is at in memoriam. The Tom Brady show, which is what I originally wanted to call this, is grieving. So this
sad weekend, I guess.
This morning at 9 o'clock. This morning at 9 o'clock, he posted that he was done. He put, you know what's funny is that he didn't thank Bill Belichick. He thanked Bruce Arians, but he didn't thank Bill Belichick. But he put a lot of good stuff. He put a lot of about what it meant to play the game and how much he's put into it, and that now it's about his family, and of course goes out and fuck you, Adam Schefter and whoever else at ESPN that took this away from him, because he deserved to put it on Instagram or whatever the fuck that he wanted to do, not for you to make some fucking wild accusations on Saturday. That man hadn't decided on Saturday. He decided today.
Man, I forget who I was listening to, but they said, I think it was Teddy Bruschi. Anyways, he's like, do you think that Tom Brady didn't have this all planned out? He's like, do you really think he didn't have a plan? Like, he probably had this set up that this was his last season 10 years ago, maybe.
I don't know. I truly think that he, honestly, if you want my honest opinion, that's why we're here.
No, I don't want your honest opinion. Lie to me, Josh.
I think he comes back. Nah. I think he takes 2 years off.
Nah.
Because listen, when you're sitting at home and you're going,
Josh is dreaming.
I'm better. Yeah, I am. I'm better. I'm better than that. I'm better than that motherfucker.
Bro, he's married to a supermodel.
He's always been married to a supermodel. That's been the whole time.
But come on.
Listen, he's gonna beat it up for 2 years, and then he's gonna be sitting at home going, "I can still beat it up."
Way.
I'm better. I'm better than Jimmy G. That's what he's gonna see. He's gonna see Jimmy G or somebody. He's gonna be like, I'm better than that motherfucker.
Yeah, but see, again, that's what Bruschi was talking about, that he's got so much shit that he's about to do.
Well, I am just dreaming because it is a very sad day for me. Football is not going to be the same. Now, listen, football is in good hands.
We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, we got a lot of good young talent, especially at quarterback.
Oh yeah, and a lot of good teams that have been kind of formed.
I mean, we got several Bills,
divisions. There's a lot of really good teams. The Chiefs are not going anywhere.
NFC
as far as
West.
I know.
Yeah, shit.
So a lot of good young talent.
The
but
AFC South.
Brady will never be seen again. You will never see this again.
Oh, you're talking about nobody's going to replicate
longevity. The amount. I mean, look at how hard it is to win.
This is like Cal Ripken Jr. breaking Lou Gehrig's, consecutive games. If Cal
Ripken had won so many times and was thought of statistically as one of the best.
I'm talking about just the record, and anybody being able to touch it.
How long? Yeah, you're never going to touch it. You'll never touch Cal Ripken's long record.
No one's ever going to do that again.
Aaron Rodgers is 38.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about this too.
So, I mean, how many more years is he playing?
6 more years.
Is he playing 6 more years?
And win a Super Bowl every year.
Well, he's not getting the 10 Super Bowls. And that's I think the big thing is that you're not getting the 10 and winning 7
Super Bowls in 22 seasons.
That's insane.
Pretty impressive.
I mean, and listen, it's not like the other seasons he was not in the playoffs.
Well, and there was 10 years that he didn't go at all. Like, that's even weirder. So that means take those 10 years out. The other 12
in those
years,
10 years, he's in AFC Championship games. Right. He's, deep in the playoffs. There was the year that he was hurt. So, anyways, Brady's career will never be matched. You will think of Patrick Mahomes, who is 26 now. So he's gonna have to play for first.
If Mahomes plays at the level he's playing at now for the next until he's 44, he would definitely break Brady's record.
Yes,
but he'd have to literally stay playing at this same level
for 18 more years. There's no way.
Come on, Mahomes. I'm rooting for you, bro.
I think there aren't quarterbacks like him in the NFL anymore. I can't name
Not
them.
as many. I mean,
The drop back, just
Right.
throw. I can't name one.
well, I mean, Matt Ryan,
Oh, okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers extends the pocket and runs.
but not
He does. Aaron Rodgers and Big Ben to me were both.
Ben. But I'd say go through.
but
The Tannehill doesn't run.
Yeah, but he extends. He rolls out.
He can
He
run,
can.
yeah.
He can extend. Brady is a pocket passer. That's all he's got.
Right.
He can only drop back, stay in the pocket, and throw the ball. He's not. You're not running a bootleg.
Yeah.
You're not even really running a lot of play action because he can't even sell that very well. You know what it is. This general, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning's the same thing,
Peyton
yeah.
Manning was I'm a pocket pass. Drew Brees to a certain extent.
Brees didn't really
was
run.
No, he didn't really, and he could extend, but it wasn't really the same thing. And they did run a lot of bootleg, but that's because he was way more athletic than Peyton and Tom Brady.
Rivers,
I'm just saying,
Eli,
Philip
all
Rivers
those
was.
guys
Yeah,
were kinda
those are all
the
pocket
same.
passers. Yeah,
But it's a different breed of quarter.
it is and
different breed of athlete playing the position.
I can't name
though.
one. I can't name one. Aaron Rodgers extends the pocket a lot, and he does shit.
Well, so Matt Ryan would be one.
yeah.
I mean,
that's it.
he don't move.
And how long does he have? He's
how old is he?
36.
Shit.
He can't have more than 2 more years. Come on, I mean, realistically, who's giving?
He's already taken.
Yeah, he's already on the plummet. So if you're telling me that, okay, maybe he plays 4 more years till he's 40. But I'm saying it now. I don't see him winning another Super Bowl.
He
And
hasn't
I
won
don't
one.
see-
He hasn't won one yet.
unless he just
I don't
lucks.
see him making another Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'll tell you where Aaron Rodgers should go. The Tennessee Titans. That's where he should go, or the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, the Colts, the Raiders,
either
the Titans,
one of those teams,
the Steelers.
The Raiders. I think
The
they're a
Broncos.
couple of years away, just because dudes like Ruggs were supposed to be kind of the future for them, and they seem to need another couple of pieces on defense before I can really sell them. But Tennessee and Indianapolis, both of those teams are a quarterback away. They are one quarterback that is good enough.
Yeah,
and can,
it showed in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because like Tannehill played well in the regular season. For the
and then
most
he
part.
fucking shit the bed in that Cincinnati game.
Wentz played pretty good in the regular season,
Yeah,
but
then-
how many interceptions did Tannehill and Wentz have in the? Or Wentz didn't even make the playoffs.
Wentz in week 18 against the Jacksonville Jaguars
that's right.
is exactly what you can't have.
Right.
You can't have your fucking quarterback melting down when you need
Well,
to
the
get
same
in.
thing with Tennessee. Didn't Tannehill throw 2 picks
in
something in that
Cincinnati
game?
last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Against Cincinnati when they had a home, they were the number 1 seed and they
Yeah.
got fucking
They got
ousted
the bye and got
by
their
Joey
fucking.
B. By the motherfucking Cincinnati Bengals, baby.
Should we jump into these games
Let's
then?
do it, man.
Because Kansas City should have won that
They
fucking
should
game.
have. They should have won that game. They were winning the whole game. I mean, it really was.
They were beating them
the-
down.
Well, I don't know, 21-3, and then
they
you're like,
scored.
and then Cincinnati scores. It's 21-10. You go into the halftime, and then it's still
Right,
when
but
they
that's where they fucking lost the game.
Yep.
They drove down the fucking field,
sitting there on the 5.
and they came in with 0 points.
0. I mean, I like the gutsy.
Even the fucking field goal there would have tied the game.
I like the gutsy, like I like the gutsy.
Oh, no, they won the game. That was
we're
overtime.
going for the touchdown. You know, we're going for but this was an interesting overtime because Kansas City got the ball. They had the shot. You score, you win.
Yeah,
And listen, Patrick Mahomes is a really incredible talent and that has an incredible vision for just making these crazy. Brett Favre.
Yeah,
It's Brett
he is.
Favre.
But it's weird how he it was just weird. He fell apart. He all of a sudden,
But Brett
it's
Favre
like
had-
this
Brett-
switch. All of a sudden, you can't fucking play anymore. It was weird.
And Brett Favre had those moments too.
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
I love Brett Favre, but there were games in the playoffs where he just he threw fucking 4 picks today. But
But I mean, shout out to the fucking Bengals defense for
Hell yeah.
holding them to 3
yeah.
points from
Hell yeah.
basically 3 quarters.
I text you this where I said I feel like Kansas City every single game you know what's coming. Kelsey, Tyreek Hill. Maybe it's that they're nice and warmed up for the beginning of the game, those two guys.
Well, kind of like what you said is like it's coming and it's just
And then
the
it hits
speed,
you in the mouth,
yeah, the
and then you're like,
speed
all right,
of it.
fuck,
right.
okay.
And
we
you
got to
catch
back up more. We gotta stay on top of them. Like we can't give them any room because
Safety
that's what
help
they'll do
over
to
the
us.
top, and then
And I mean that last play, in overtime, that was a crazy throw to make. Like, why is he making? He's in double coverage.
the interception he threw, he threw it right at the defensive lineman.
I never understand that when it goes straight to the defensive lineman like that. Like, there's been a couple of those. Tannehill did that too.
Like, you must have been just absolutely looking.
Actually,
through
Tannehill
him.
did that to Cincinnati. You know, this is why, as you see, where I've circled here for the big game.
I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I know you. I know. Everyone doubts my boy. Everyone doubts my boy.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Okay, well, the first game though. You know, Cincinnati. The reason why I'm taking them is because they have a dog in Joey Burrow.
He's a winner.
You've got the dude. How crazy is it?
Maybe he's the next Tom Brady. So if Joe Burrow for the next 20 seasons
Maybe
plays at this
Listen,
level.
This is what's crazy about this Cincinnati team. They're all under contract. They're all young. Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase.
But you know what this shows you? How important a quarterback is, because that's all it.
They changed the franchise.
They
changed this franchise
exactly
for the next 5 years at least, bare minimum 5 years. The Cincinnati Bengals are probably winning the division and probably in deep in the playoffs because I believe in Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Because Joe Burrow
he's got that.
He's calm.
Thing, yeah,
he did not get frazzled one time in this game.
Him and their. Yeah, like that mentality that both of them have. Like, they expect to win.
Yeah,
he expects to make the kick.
Yeah,
I mean, like, Burrow,
I really like this team.
He expected to come back.
Mixon, all you need from Joe Mixon is exactly what he gave you in this game.
Yeah,
just come in.
I think that they should throw him the ball more.
Well, but he has so many options.
But
T. Higgins had a great game.
So here's the thing: they couldn't run the ball. They couldn't run the ball at all
until the end of the game.
But if they would just maybe a couple screen passes or something, get him out in the flats, because just to I don't know.
Here's my quick take on the Super Bowl coming up. I see LA going all in on this. They obviously
they've already gone all in. On it.
They've made the trades. They were a Super Bowl or bust. They're here. They're in the Super Bowl. They're in their home stadium. As opposed to Tampa Bay last year having the clear-cut favorite over Kansas City in my mind because I knew how banged up Kansas City was.
Exactly. And that's why
they're
I'm taking the
both
Rams.
Healthy.
No, the Cincinnati's offensive line is shit.
Okay. They've been shit all year.
Yeah, but they got fucking Tennessee sacked them 9 times. Yeah. 9 fucking times.
And he won.
And they should have lost. Kansas City should have beat them.
You saying should have a bunch.
Yeah, I know.
Should have a bunch.
Okay, but you're telling me that the Rams, Donald's gonna fucking rape those motherfuckers.
Let me tell you what I see out of these Rams. I see the comebacks that they have to make. I see mistakes that they make. I see that they are bailed out of situations a lot of times that they put themselves in. Matt Stafford has never been on this stage, and whose butthole's more puckered? I don't know if Joe Burrow knows how to puckle his butt.
Stafford's butthole's definitely going to be puckered more. But
Joey Burrow is calm.
I'm telling you, LA's defensive line against Cincinnati's offensive line is where the game is going to be determined.
Here's what else I saw. They did a really good job of putting their best corner, Jalen Ramsey, in the right positions on San Francisco. Who, let's be real, Cincinnati.
So he's going to take away Jamar Chase.
So okay. He's got other weapons, and he used them.
Well, he finally started using them.
T. Higgins.
Like, the reason why they were fucking couldn't score is because he keeps trying to throw the ball to Chase, and when he finally started throwing it to Higgins,
Jamar Chase still had a good game.
It up. But if you start throwing it to fucking Higgins instead of trying to force it to Chase, then it should rotate the coverage, right?
Well, this is his second year.
Well, and Romo kept saying it too. Yeah. Like, they need to throw the ball on first down because that's when he's more likely to be single covered.
I see the Rams getting up early, and then Joey Burrow doing his thing where he goes, it's you know what he is? He's a fucking winner.
If I'm betting on I'll take Cincinnati in the points, but I think the Rams win the game.
He's a winner.
Yeah, he is.
Joey Burrow's a winner.
I'm going to root for Cincinnati.
There's something inside of him that gives me that Brady-esque feeling where it's like, and also he's athletic as fuck. He's not a pocket passer.
But he was also overlooked.
Yeah.
He
went to Ohio State,
right,
and then he had to transfer.
He transferred to LSU, and it was his senior year when he finally had a good season.
I love you, Josh Allen. You know this. You won me a lot of money, and I will always love you. And I felt so bad for you, and I think that you will win in the future. But I think Joey B is I think that's my new guy. I think I'm gonna put it together a little clip montage of me talking about the Cincinnati Bengals all fucking year, because all year I said to you all fucking year I like this fucking Cincinnati Bengals team. This Cincinnati's Bengal team is fucking good.
Well, I would say maybe more like half the year. It was after you broke up.
Yeah, I did break up with the Chargers. but no, because even early shows, you'll hear me say, "Man, I'll tell you what, Cincinnati team is young. They're good. I like a lot of this young players that they have. Their core is good."
Good.
Think about this.
They got a lot of LSU.
You go into
Tigers
this draft, you know the offensive line is a problem, so you go heavy on that. You know you're going to have the 31st or the 32nd pick. I would imagine you take a tackle or something or a guard, and you take an offensive lineman there. And then after that, you pepper in some pieces for your defense. You maybe get another weapon for Joey Burrow down the line. You know,
and let's not forget that Uzma got hurt, and he's a big part of that.
They said he's likely to play though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was an MCL knee sprain, and he's likely to play. Higbee though went out, and he's likely to be out.
Ooh, that's
same
big.
thing. He injured his knee as well, and his is doubtful.
That's pretty big because Higbee is a big part of the offense. You know what I really don't like about the Rams is Sean McVay.
I know. I'm telling you.
He does some stupid shit.
Who do you think's going to overthink this more? Sean McVay.
Oh, absolutely. Sean McVay.
Who do you think's gonna get in trouble because and here's the other good thing about Cincinnati. I would say as a secondary goes, they are above the Rams because the Rams really have Jalen Ramsey, but they don't really have much else. Their other guys make mistakes.
But what Jalen Ramsey allows you to do is then safety help on the opposite side.
You can try that, but I'll tell you this much. You leave Jamar Chase alone. And I know Jalen Ramsey is good. I get it. Jamar Chase is a young lion ready to blow up.
Well, you might be better off. You might be better off having Ramsey shadow Higgins, and then always double Chase, because that's what Kansas City was doing.
A lot of weapons. A lot of weapons.
I'm rooting for Cincinnati. Yeah. I hope Cincinnati wins.
I circled them. It didn't take me a second, Cincinnati. I'm going to get a Joey Burrow number. No, I'm not. I'm just going to get another Tom Brady jersey. I need to get a Tampa Bay Tom Brady jersey to have the full collection. But yeah, so, I mean, then the San Francisco and the Rams. San Francisco was up, man.
Yeah, and honestly, I think San Francisco should have won.
They were winning this game.
Then even the Rams,
after
the Rams tried to fucking lose
after looking at the pitch that Jimmy G makes at the very end, I totally blame the running back. Hit him in the hands, catch the fucking ball. What's going on here? He fucking volleyball. They got to come up with a different term for it. If it hits a receiver or the fucking running back or whatever in the hands, and then it ends up in the hands of if they pop it up, that's got to be called something else, an error or
it's got to be on the receiver,
deflection based, and then you put it on them. It's like a negative thing on the running back or the receiver that did it, because it was not Jimmy G's fault there at the very end. He was getting mauled by the Rams defensive line, and he made a pretty good pitch. I don't like Jimmy G's last couple plays in that game, though. I mean, the play before that, he tried to throw a quick little pass over to Brandon Ayuk, and it was dude, that's the kind of thing that Tom Brady is not doing. You've got to make it down the field. And you've got to score because you're down by 4. So you have to score on this drive. So your first pass has got to be 20 yards. It's got to be a big pass. You don't have a choice. That's the kind of thing that winners, that Brady, that Roethlisberger and Rodgers, these guys, Rodgers not a winner, but he does make big plays, and he would tell you that on first down, you can't make little stupid dink and dunk passes. You can't get yourself in trouble like that. You need to make quick decisions. I'm out on Jimmy G. Jimmy G.
But he's going to go somewhere else.
He's going to
pay him. Well, he's
I
going to
wouldn't
get
say
traded.
big.
He has to get traded.
He has to get traded. How genius is this? How genius is this?
Shanahan's a smart motherfucker.
Genius.
And
they will win with Trey Lance.
Who's their fucking GM?
John Lynch.
Lynch, that's right.
John
I
Lynch.
could picture his head.
The former killer.
So it was the fourth quarter. The Rams were down. And did you see that? That interception? Like it was almost like a punt.
It's in his hands.
Yeah, he was like,
oh my God!
And he dropped
man.
that shit.
He
like,
would have won the game. Would have won the game. They were up.
Yes.
They were up.
That's what I'm saying. Like the San Francisco should have also.
They gave
won
this
that
away.
game.
Yeah.
So,
and I'll tell you what I saw out of this game, and if Cincinnati can replicate this, is that they made him go to Odell Beckham. Now another butthole that will pucker, that I've seen pucker before. Odell Beckham.
Yeah, he's gonna.
It's not that I don't think the Rams are good.
This is the time for Odell and Stafford to show everybody that they aren't bitches.
Well, it's going to be a great game. I'm excited. It's going to be a really good game.
How crazy is it that 2 years in a row now? It's a home game. Never had it before.
And now 2 years in a row. What kind of conspircy is this? Yeah,
it's in Vegas next year, right?
Yeah, that's right, in Vegas. And could Vegas make it to the? And the good thing about Tom Brady leaving is that there's a little more parity, because I mean, honestly, I expect him to be there every year. So
at least every other year.
yeah. I mean, for at least the last 6 years, we've had him basically deep in the playoffs or the Super Bowl. So it'll be nice to see some parity. It'll be nice to see. There's going to be a huge careback quarterback sales, starting with this guy. I can't imagine that Aaron Rodgers is going back. I would imagine that to help the Packers, he's going to do the Peyton Manning thing where you have to give Green Bay stuff. They're gonna. What did the Rams give away for Stafford? Two first-round picks.
So at least 2 first rounds.
I'd say 3. I think they get 3, and I think teams give it up willingly. I think whoever we're talking about, the Broncos.
Why would you not?
If you're the Tennessee Titans and you have Derrick Henry for maybe 2 more years, and you have this defense, and you have A.J. Brown, and you still have Julio Jones, dude, you can have Tannehill, you can have 3 first-round picks, you can have my wife, you can have my daughter, you can have whatever you want. Give me Aaron Rodgers. And listen, I'm on record. I think Aaron Rodgers is a loser. I think he's been to tons of playoffs games, and I think he loses. But I think on the Tennessee Titans, he's terrifying. On the Indianapolis Colts, it's terrifying. Maybe the Titans more, because we've never really seen him have a solid running game. We've seen him have good running backs. I think Aaron Jones is good. Aaron Jones is no Derrick Henry. And, I'm rooting for something that completely ruins my team, the Houston Texans.
Just think about it. When's the last... What's the best offensive team he's ever had? He's never had much.
Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings.
Yeah.
I can't think about who their running back was, though, and that was the problem.
Yeah.
Was that they never really had a consistent running.
And
Aaron Jones has been the first consistent running back that he's really had.
Their running game has kind of always been that same kind of
Well, they had Amon Green for a long time.
That's right.
Was that with him or was that with Brett Favre?
I don't remember.
I can't remember which. Maybe they crossed over, but yeah, he's never really had a solid.
They had Montgomery was the running back for a while.
That's not a solid. Again, we're talking about Derrick Henry is going to go down as maybe one of the.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One of the best.
My point here is I don't think they've really never surrounded him with weapons.
And
what if he did go to Tampa?
His defense has always been suspect, other than the year that they won. What if he did go to Tampa?
Right. What if Tampa will go from Brady to Rodgers?
Jesus. Now,
because there's weapons there.
If you do that,
and he doesn't
It
win.
kind of makes you pussy, though. It kind of makes you a little.
Well,
like,
wouldn't it be funny if he goes there and then he can't win?
He can't win.
Can't even make the playoffs.
I'll say if it's not Aaron Rodgers and it's just if it's Jimmy G,
Who's their backup?
Blaine Gabbert. No, they got to go.
You ain't going to war with Blaine Gabbert.
They got to go get something. No, they're gonna go get something. And I would imagine it is going to be one of these people that's floating around the
Jimmy
idea
G's,
or even Kirk Cousins is on the last year of his of that contract.
Do you think Harbaugh's going to go to Minnesota?
I know. I saw that. It's a really dumb choice. Why would you not want this New Orleans job that just opened up? If you're going to come to the NFL, I thought he would have wanted the Vegas job.
You'd rather be in New Orleans than Minnesota?
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Minnesota. They can't get it done.
Yeah, but it could just be the coach.
Could it? I don't know. I don't know.
They got a good running back. They got a decent quarterback. They got a good fucking wide receiver.
Because they shit the bed.
It's just Minnesota. It's like Minnesota's always.
New Orleans was almost in the playoffs with Taysom Hill and Trevor Siemian.
Yeah, but I think if I was coaching, I'd much rather go to Minnesota.
They have no receivers. If you can get a couple of receivers and change your quarterback situation, well, I don't know.
Exactly that. You have a shit quarterback.
Yeah, I hear you. Miami also has a head coach position. It's kind of weird that you wouldn't want to go take that over and I don't know. I Minnesota is a weird choice for me.
Didn't Michigan go to the championship game this year?
To the playoffs, and then they lost to Georgia. But I think if he does come back to the NFL, I think he's going to have to go somewhere where he has the final say. And I don't know if Minnesota's that kind of place. I just don't know the background of them.
College football coaching seems like such a cushy job.
Yeah,
why would you want to leave that shit?
Well, they were on the edge with him. He was on the hot seat of maybe he was going to get fired from Michigan. And now that he took him here, it's well, he obviously now in the college years that probably earned him 3 years.
Well, I don't know. They said he was on the hot seat, but if you look at it, he's done a really good job there.
Yeah.
It's just that he's just not winning. He's got two things. It's Ohio State and Alabama.
It's SEC, man. It's SEC always. Those are the ones.
Well, and they can't beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's really what'll lose you the job at Michigan is if you can't beat Ohio State.
College football, it's all the same teams.
That's weird.
We back.
Technical difficulties.
You're not gonna know. It's just gonna look like a jump, but I don't know what happened. I don't know.
I don't know what we're talking about either.
We all of a sudden I think you might have actually done it with your foot.
Really? When I put my
foot down? When you stomped your foot down, it clicked the record button and it stopped recording. I saw the audio stop recording. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, what were we talking about? So Ben Roethlisberger was another one that came out this week that retired. I think we all saw that coming.
Yeah,
this was it. I mean,
so do you think that Rodgers retired? Is there a chance that he retired?
He's 38. I could see it, especially if he's maybe does he
if
have
he's just
the
done
same
with the
drive
bullshit
that Brady does? Does he want to win that bad? Does football mean that much?
I don't think so.
I just don't think it does, and he's never really given me that vibe. There are a lot of places that I'm naming that I'm for sure if you go, you could win a Super Bowl. Does it matter to him enough to get in that fight? And also, it's not a guarantee by any means because the NFL, like we just talked about, is stacked. The Cincinnati will be back. Kansas City will be back. Justin Herbert's coming.
The Bills will be back.
The Bills will be back. The NFL is in good. The Titans will be there. The Colts will be there no matter who their quarterback is. So I'm I think that Rodgers could go win somewhere, but I also think Russell Wilson might be on the move. Deshaun Watson's going to come back and play football.
Maybe.
We cannot let Deshaun Watson go to the Tennessee Titans or the Indianapolis Colts and watch him win Super Bowls in our division. It will be the dumbest fucking thing that we've ever done. We need to send him to the New York Giants and watch the New York Giants be mediocre with him the way that we were, and at least the pick will be all right for the next 3 years. Hopefully, we can still get 3 picks after. Do you know that I read a couple of things that there was one girl who she was no, I don't even give massages. I just give facials. And he was yeah, that's cool. Come through. And even with her, he was so you gonna handle this dick or what's going on? And so it's very funny to me that at first I thought okay, so I've seen plenty of massage porn. Clearly Deshaun, it's his favorite. Mm-hmm. And he's just playing this scenario out every single time he goes to get a massage, and he's like obsessed with it. But the fact that it wasn't even a massage, he's just like, he's going into HEB, and there's like a girl,
the people in the mall,
the girl that happens to be bagging up the bags. He's like, yeah, that's great and everything, but like, you gonna suck this dick? Like,
you go to the mall where there's the little Asian guys that you got 10-minute massage in the chair, and he's like, where's my happy?
He pulls up to a parking lot and gives the attendant a fucking $5 bill, and he's like, all right, I'll take the ticket, but you gonna suck this dick? Like, damn, bro, like, chill the fuck out. I just thought, like, dude, you're a famous quarterback. You could get pussy wherever you want. Wherever you want. You go to a fucking any restaurant, club, bar, you'll just walk in and be like, I'm Deshaun Watson, and there'll be like 3 girls. They'll be like, I'll break up with my current boyfriend to fuck you, and you'll be like, okay. What's going on, man? What's going on? But yeah, you
gotta keep pushing the limits, you know.
I get it.
When you get bored,
you know, I get it. I've stuck my dick in many a thing. I get it. So that sounded weird, but I'm not gonna amend it. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna stick with it. Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens.
Jeez.
Fuck yourself.
We talked about this last week, didn't we?
First of all, I don't understand why we're letting these writers vote for this.
Sport writers.
Shouldn't it be the people that I think the people that are in the Hall of Fame should vote? Yep. I think the players that are in the Hall of Fame should vote for all sports, for NFL. Why is it not that?
Is it
that? Because it seems
so.
Like,
is that how everybody gets in? Sports writers,
yeah, with all the Hall of
So
Fames.
is it the same writers that give? Like,
I wonder that too. That's a good point. I don't know.
Is there's like several? Is like do they one dude?
Do they get to vote for all that shit?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. First of all, I make ridiculous claims. I'm anti Kevin Durant because I don't like the way that he went to the Warriors and ruined my LeBron James. So I might not put him in the NBA Hall of Fame
because they have a grudge
biased.
against. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Because I'm a biased sports
fan. Some of these guys, some of them won't vote them in on the first ballot.
But I guarantee you, Ray Lewis and the rest of these guys that just got into the Hall of Fame, if they could vote on the next round of, or the whole hall should just get a. Why is it that the people that are? It makes no sense. The players, somebody involved with football should actually be the ones voting on this. Barry Bonds is the best hitter of all time.
Well, Tony Gwynn is the best hitter of all time.
No, I mean not what this guy did. Not what this guy did. And you look at the end of this guy's career. Did you watch that?
Scariest hitter.
Did you watch that
time,
E60
probably.
thing on him?
Nah.
Oh, dude. Because like it talks about it at the end of his career. The end of his career, this man had no knees. He had no cartilage in either one of his knees, and you either struck him out, or you hit a fucking home run, or you walked him. Those were your 3 options. Sometimes there was a couple times where they were like, yeah, he would hit like a rocket to the center field wall, and they would be a single because he couldn't get to the double, and then he would just have to have a pinch runner come in. Barry Bonds,
scariest hitter of all time.
And listen, for both of them, Roger Clemens too. Roger Clemens had an incredibly long career. Anybody that can. That played in an era where steroids is all around them. For every Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, there was 10,000 fucking AAA.
But why did Big Papi get in then?
Didn't he take him?
He had a positive test.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Just one, but
he was a designated hitter. Kick the fuck out of Barry Bonds has gold gloves. What are we talking about here?
That was my. I didn't
what are we
understand
talking about?
Why you're punishing Bonds and Clemens?
Yeah, Bonds, who's never been convicted on anything, has never been caught,
and Clemens never admitted it.
He never admitted it,
Never
but I think there was a test that came back on him that was bad, but never admitted it. And I don't give a fuck if the Rocket did or not. I don't care because for every Roger Clemens, there was fucking 30 AAA guys that were taking exactly what he took or took more. They were taking so much steroids they were fucking juiced out of their minds and they couldn't get to his level. There are guys that took steroids upon steroids upon steroids and they could never hit the ball the way Barry Bonds could. You have to call it like you see it. When they were on the field, what they did was amazing. They were obviously Hall of Famers. You guys up in your
This is like
This is
an obvious, like it's like a no-brainer.
So obvious.
They're absolutely Hall of Famers. It's the same thing as Pete Rose.
It makes me not and see. I could listen to your story about Pete Rose. I could listen to it because after what he did is so different. You know, it's like
but to ban the motherfucker
it's ridiculous.
I might have hit. That's probably what I did. I hit this thing.
Oh, but no, yeah, you're right. It's ridiculous.
But I mean, the dude was. And again, you're talking about best hitters
check.
of all time. I mean, Pete Rose could be in that fucking conversation too.
Yeah, no, and Pete Rose obviously is a Hall of Famer as well. It needs to be based on what they did in the play on the field.
He got banned because he was when he was a manager.
Yeah,
and he was betting on his own fucking team.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Come on, man,
ridiculous. And it makes me not give a fuck about the Hall of Fame. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you know how much
it makes me like, all right, well, y'all can announce this shit every year, but I know who was good and who's not. You don't.
I care so little. Yeah,
look how long baseball. It took T.O. to get in.
Yeah.
Well, you know?
It's like, same thing. I keep spitting today.
T.O. was...
if they don't like you,
yeah,
it's a popularity contest.
But that's bullshit. That's bullshit. What their play on the field is what their play on the field.
You're not in.
Lawrence Taylor was a nightmare of a human being. I mean, just coked out of his mind and was fucking crazy. He said that Any Given Sunday is a very real depiction of the way that he behaved. That is terrifying. If he acted the way that he acted in the movie Any Given Sunday, that man was a terror to be around. He was terrifying. He was Debo from Friday. He was fucking just walking around waiting to kill people. And he's in the Hall of Fame because of his play on the field.
Right.
Like, we got to stop all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was put all the asterisks, whatever.
Sure,
plaques,
whatever. I don't
whatever you need to do. But for that period of time, they
played in the steroid era.
They played. Yeah.
There were other people on steroids that they struck out that Clemens fucking owned. And
do you believe that these guys aren't taking steroids now?
Yeah. I love when people think that
they don't. Oh yeah. They don't have a way to test for HGH. Yeah. Or I'm sorry, they have a way, but they don't test for HGH.
Aaron Judge just works out a lot. That's all it is. Yeah. He just hits the gym a lot. No, listen, they're all on cycles of stuff, and it's the way it should be. It's the way sports should be. We figured it out. We have science that can make superhumans. Give me superhumans. I want the biggest and best. You're telling me we can make Aaron Donald stronger? Let's do it. Bane sounds cool. Like I'm into it. Like let's go.
Me
like
too. I mean, like one of the best things, especially with baseball, that I ever experienced was that
Mark McGwire
and Sammy Sosa fucking
and who gave a fuck that they were on steroids?
No one gave a fuck. It was so awesome.
And listen, I want it in every sport. Are you telling me Francis Ngannou is natural? Can we please shoot him up with some stuff and watch him kill a guy in the ring? Like, y'all are giving me sports. I want the next level of sports.
Right.
Those two... No one cares.
Those guys aren't on steroids.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Shut the fuck up. They are.
Get the fuck out of here.
They are. Lance Armstrong proved to us.
I'm going to give me some steroids.
Lance Armstrong proved to us that you can very easily beat the test.
Yeah, especially when you know it's coming.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what I got to take to make myself stronger, and how do I get it out of my system?
But not just that, but you're telling me they're not coming. They're constantly coming up with new drugs that they don't test for that can again beat the system.
Yep, absolutely.
And they're absolutely doing it. You know why they're absolutely doing it? Because there's millions and billions of fucking dollars involved.
And once again, for every George Springer that is so good and does so well for that run that he had for us at the Houston Astros, there's a Jake Marisnick and a fucking young kid right behind him that's, guess what? Taking shit,
right,
so that he can get better.
Right, so if you don't take shit, yeah.
So if you don't, you're gonna fall behind.
Your job, yeah.
And maybe there are players who are just naturally gifted, and they're like, no, I don't need it. I have no doubt that exists. I don't think that Ken Griffey Jr. took a bunch of steroids because I think he was just a physical specimen, and I think he worked. I don't think what's his name, Bo Jackson. You know,
yeah, probably.
I think there were dudes that just.
I don't think
Ichiro Suzuki. I don't think Ichiro took steroids because I think that now he probably took supplements. He probably took things that they didn't have 20 years ago. That's the thing that's hilarious too. Not only has steroids changed a lot from 20 years ago, but guys' understanding of their diet and what they put into their bodies and the recovery, the amount of money that some of them spend in that. It's these athletes are on a whole different level nowadays. It's why I say LeBron is the GOAT, because fucking Jeff Hornacek, and kiss my dick with Jeff Hornacek and Dan Marley, these guys that were supposed to be good, they're white. Okay, that's what they are. You know what I don't need on a basketball team? White guys. Oh, do I have more than one white guy out there in my starting five?
I was watching.
You're gonna fucking lose then.
Who was I watching the other day? I was like, oh my god, there's 2 white dudes on the court.
Why? There should never be.
For the same team.
Should never be. That should never happen.
Well,
listen. We have lost this battle, okay? There is no white. Maybe we'll have a white person battle back, and they'll be our savior that can go in and do it for us.
It could be, except
the blacks have dominated basketball.
Oh yeah, they have a genetic.
They're on their
advantage.
way to the rest of the sports. The day that we really teach the black people about a soccer ball, I'm telling you, the rest of the world will rue the day.
I hate to break it to you.
No,
but
you know what
there's
I mean.
a lot.
No.
Shit ton.
Yeah, that are surviving off like roots and fucking little bits of didgeridoo that they can catch. I'm talking about black men from Alabama that have been fed Pop-Tarts and fucking Denny's breakfast and that have fucking pumped themselves full of pesticides their entire lives and are just built different. You've been around these freaks of nature. You've seen Jadeveon Clowney in real life.
But those guys aren't soccer players.
Teach them.
But there's a reason why there's a certain body type that
I'm not saying
plays soccer.
Jadeveon Clowney. I'm saying the safeties in the NFL, because I swear to God, if you would have taught
they're
Ed
out
Reed,
there, but you just don't watch soccer. See,
no, Ed Reed didn't play soccer.
I understand, but there's guys that are playing soccer right now. Have you ever seen Kylian Mbappe?
No, the black kid.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
He's small, right?
No, I mean,
how tall is he?
I don't know. Probably.
See, that's my thing.
That's the thing. Soccer players just aren't that big. The defenders are. There's some big ass defenders.
Zlatan.
Zlatan was big. Lukaku. He's a big.
I thought Cristiano Ronaldo's like 6'3".
Maybe.
No?
I don't know. Cristiano Ronaldo can fucking jump out of the gym.
Yeah, he can. I've seen him jump.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I'm not saying that there's not athletes out there. I'm saying that I'll put our young black athletes that are the.
So do you know
Canada?
Canada has a lot of good young black athletes on their fucking soccer team. There's this kid.
There's black people in Canada. Wow,
yeah.
Who'd have known? Drake.
And so what they are, they're Paul Pogba. I mean, like there's a bunch. It's Africa. It's all the African people. I guess it must have been at some time. They must have all gone to Europe and fled their countries or whatever.
Well, but I'm saying it's going to take time, and it's going to take that some of these young kids are not going to choose football, baseball, basketball. MMA.
Well, I think soccer is now past. I think they said hockey, as far as popularity goes.
That's good.
It's just going to take time. Again, it's going to take.
I'll never watch it, but go for it.
I said the same
Y'all
thing,
go for it.
But you know what? Play some FIFA. You're not a big video game guy.
I will not play FIFA so that I can turn the ball over 100 times. You know how frustrating that is? That's all that I did in that game.
Yes, it's very frustrating. When I play FIFA, I sit there and yell at the goddamn TV because it's fucking stupid.
So there were some head coaches that were, a lot of head coaches positions still open. New Orleans, Jacksonville, Minnesota, Miami, Houston. Jacksonville, Miami, Houston, probably no, not Miami. Miami's.
Hey, your dude's here.
Pause. So sorry we were interrupted. I had somebody at the door, and it is a bomb that goes off. You will never break into this house. It will never happen.
Right,
you
at least not undetected.
No, yeah, you'll be very loud, and there will be 5 dogs going absolutely bonkers at the door. Green Bay's offensive coordinator, I think his name's Hackett, something Hackett.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He got hired by Denver.
Yep.
Which I know is a big push that they're trying to make because they really, really want
that's
Aaron
their thing because
Rodgers.
they want Aaron Rodgers.
I think it is a good fit for him. I mean, I hear the Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, Melvin Gordon, and Javonte Williams. I think it could work, but I don't know if I'm sold on Denver. And I think he might find himself in a pretty similar situation where like they're a good team, they do a good regular season run, get in the playoffs,
division.
and then you lose.
Yeah, it's a tough division.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams in the AFC, and that's the other thing too is that Green Bay. Hey, shut up! Green Bay's probably going to try to send him over to the AFC, but you're walking in the Lion's Den over there. Does he really want that? He could retire.
The more I think about it, I could see him just going, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah. I'm done too.
Indianapolis' defensive coordinator, actually, I was big on him last year whenever he was on the market and we went with David Culley instead. But I thought, man, that Indianapolis defense has really come a long way, and Elferbus is a big part of that. He's already on my shit list though because he said we're going with Justin Fields. I know it wasn't his decision, but he's got to say that. So I mean,
it's kind of weird that they went with a defensive guy though.
Well, it is what they need to fix. It's what they need to fix. They were such a defensive team for so long.
Yeah, they've always been a
defensive team. They need to fix it. So I like it. And honestly, it's as we look at these last couple of games, it's what has really the Rams defense has saved them in a couple of big games. The Cincinnati's defense coming up with that pick in overtime, and San Francisco's defense. I mean, we talk about these teams that make it later on in the year, and it's that you have to have a solid defense. You can't give up 40 points because you won't last.
Yeah, you got to be able to stop Mahomes. You got to be able to, because that game could have got out of hand. Like it was looking like it was going to get out of hand,
and then they settled down. And
honestly, if they'd have got that touchdown, it would. I think that whole
like
second
Bengals
half.
Coach too. I like Zach Taylor. I think he's a good young coach. I think. I don't care for this one so much just because I feel like he's gotten lucky with Josh Allen is such a generational talent. I don't know if it's that he's such a great offensive coordinator. As a matter of fact, I could go back and think about Buffalo's a couple of playoff losses where I go, if you had called some better plays for my guy,
how about run the fucking ball?
Yeah, like if you had a running game where you tried to run the ball,
but when they did try to run the ball, they did okay.
But of course, where does he go? He goes to another shit team, and they're not going to be good. I mean, unless they do get a quarterback, if they get Deshaun, then they'll be better. But he's not going to be that good of a coach there in the Giants. And then this one was a big one that came. I believe came yesterday. That Josh McDaniels has decided to leave the Patriots and go to the Vegas Raiders. And
dumbass, he should have gone to the Colts.
I think that it came down the pipe to him that Belichick is like, you know what, I ain't done. And I think that he stayed for so long with New England because he thought one day I'm going to take over for Coach Belichick. And I think that was the plan.
Or he realized he's not that good of a head coach and he's a better coordinator.
Who?
Josh Daniels.
Josh McDaniels, though.
Or McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels, when he was on Denver, I'll give it to you. I mean,
he drafted Tim Tebow.
Yeah. All right, I think this guy's back at the door.
But we gotta shut it down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we need to stop. Okay, so going into the Super Bowl, I'm going Cincinnati.
I think the Rams are going to win, but if we're betting, I'm taking Cincy in the points.
4.5, and they said it might grow. So 4.5 now.
That's
Vegas said it might grow. We just got to tickle it a little bit. But thank you guys. Super Bowl Sunday, Tom Brady's Memoriam. This is the Memoriam channel for poor Tom Brady. But love you guys, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Go Joey B.